They're here.
Who? Who's here?
The Great Heathen Army. You'd better listen to me, Father.
I'm listening.
This is the army which has come to revenge the death of Ragnar Lothbrok. And it's all your fault.
How is it all his fault?
He freed Ragnar's son. Who would have told him everything? Who would have told him that we gave Ragnar Lothbrok to King Aelin to be killed?
Sometimes, God does things to test us.
This has nothing to do with God. This has to do with you. And with me. Now, as you are my wife, I could order you to leave my father and I alone. But you're not like most wives. So I simply ask if you would do so.
You were angry with me.
Of course, I'm angry with you. Most of my life, you've either manipulated or humiliated me. You use me. You fulfill your ambition. While at the same time taking my wife as your mistress and forcing me to adopt her bastard son. Please. Tell me, what kind of a father are you?
Well, I'm not as good a father as Ragnar Lothbrok was. I saw the love he had for his son. It moved me. It was one of the reasons I decided not to kill his son, not because he was crippled, but because Ragnar loved him.
In a way you've never loved me? Well, at least you're being honest about it. I know you've always found it hard to be honest. Perhaps that's something you learned from Charlemagne.
What we learn from others must chime with something inside oneself. There must have always been something cold, calculated, and perverted about me. I see it very clearly now. Ragnar helped me to see it. So did Athelstan.
I hate that name.
Well, of course you do. He's a man of God who put his prick into your wife. He betrayed his calling, sired a bastard, he renounced our God, and yet... He was the most holy man I ever knew. I loved him because the Holy Spirit lived through him, and I believe that's why Ragnar loved him.
Ragnar was a pagan.
Well, if the Holy Spirit is true and real, it lives through all men, pagan or not.
That's not true. How can you ever say that?
Because I watched Ragnar die. I saw the Holy Spirit moving in him.
Oh, you were mistaken. You saw what you wanted to see.
Perhaps you're right. Why deny it? We're born alone. We die alone. And we make what we can of life.
You're not behaving like a king anymore. People are already talking about it. You're distracted, you're withdrawn, you seem unsure and hesitant when once you were firm, you were strong.
Oh, I am filled with doubts. And I've begun to believe that being firm and strong was the illusion, and that I am unsure now because it is the most honest way to be.
Not in the face of a great heathen army that had come to destroy us.
That is why I have placed you in command of our armies. I trust you completely. It's why I always used you.
You loved Ethelstan? Right. You love Ragnar Lothbrok. You love Judith? Right. You love me? Father? Do you? Because if you do, I want you to say so. I need you to say so.